We're here at jw.org, and this is the main website for the Watchtower Society cult and followers. This is the Watchtower magazine we're looking at from December 15, 2003, and this is the study edition, and you can find this online if you care to look. And this is called Our Watchfulness Takes on Greater Urgency. Greater urgency than before. This article sounds like any other article or piece of literature written by the Watchtower Society, and it's just recycled, just as when I was growing up a Jehovah's Witness. It's the same thing I grew up with, the same exact words and the same predictions, basically. So we'll look at the subheadings. Our watchfulness takes on greater urgency, and they open up with the scripture from Matthew 24:42. Keep on the watch, therefore, because you do not know on what day your Lord is coming. And then we get into paragraph 4 and 5. They ask the questions: what will strengthen our conviction that the end of this wicked system is near, and why? What is one similarity between Noah's day and the presence of the Son of Man? And then we get to the subheading, warned of things not yet beheld. And we'll ask the question and then read the paragraph. What did Jehovah determine to do in Noah's day? Okay, so listen closely. In paragraph 6, it says, in Noah's day, Jehovah declared, my spirit shall not act toward man indefinitely, in that he is also flesh. Accordingly, his days shall amount to 120 years. The issuance of this divine decree in 2490 BCE marked the beginning of the end for that ungodly world. Just think of what that meant for those men living. Only 120 years more, and Jehovah would bring the deluge of waters upon the earth to bring to ruin all flesh in which the force of life is active from under the heavens. So we're looking at 120 years. And we'll go to 7 now. And the questions are, what was Noah's response to the warning about the flood? And how should we respond to warnings about the end of this system? So they're making a connection to our day. Noah received the warning of the upcoming catastrophe decades in advance, and he wisely used the time to prepare for survival. After being given divine warning of things not yet beheld, says the Apostle Paul, Noah showed godly fear and constructed an ark for the saving of his household. What about us? Some 90 years have passed since the last days of this system of things began in 1914. We are certainly in the time of the end. How should we respond to warnings we have been given? He that does the will of God remains forever, states the Bible. Now is therefore the time to do Jehovah's will with a keen sense of urgency. So if you make the connection that they're trying to get you hooked on, like they always have done, that they're using the number of years here, 120, and 90 years since the passing of 1914, it will put into the mind a greater sense of urgency by reading this of a cult member that in 2034 we could expect the end. So what they're doing is they're getting them absolutely hooked in suspense. It's very subtle. but it's there. And you might as well call this a prediction, right? Is that not what they're doing here? So it goes on, and subheadings: sexual depravity becomes rampant, earth becomes filled with violence, the message is preached, only a few survive, keep on the watch. Let's go back up here, and we'll look at a paragraph 9. Jehovah has kept these warnings in front of his people by means of timely reminders through the spiritual food provided by the faithful and discreet slave. Our watchfulness takes on greater urgency. So there you have it. 2034, the end of this wicked system of things.